Okay, we got a few more seconds before we have done that. We are connected. Cool. So for those of you who are okay, I'm still not seeing the title slide, Rebecca.
Yeah, I can't figure out where it is. Sorry. Um,
All right. Well, for those of you who are wondering what we're doing, we found out that a couple of months ago that we didn't have to record every session on Zoom and then put that over onto our website and go through all of that, that we could actually do a live um, YouTube video directly from these sessions. So, as a note to everybody, we are live streaming this video. And if you do not want your photo on a video that people will have access to, um, just turn off your video. And we would appreciate you sticking on with us here. Uh, these videos are all contained at the NWSOFA, stands for Northwest Suburbs Organizing for Action .org. So NWSOFA.org website. When you go up to the website, you'll see several tabs at the top. One of those tabs says YouTube. Just click on that. It'll give you a link. You click on the link, and you'll see a whole bunch of YouTube videos. What you want to do, there is in the center of the page, there is one that says live. If you click on that, you'll see the last 4 weeks of our live YouTube videos. And the most current one, the one we're doing right now, is already recording. So if you have to go to the bathroom and you miss 10 minutes, you come back, you can actually go up to the video and watch it. Just remember, you can't interact live with us. This is a very interactive program. We intend it that way because we learn, those of us on the panel, the co-hosts today, we learn about as much as you do. So, and we do that by being hands-on, by bringing stuff up and seeing how it actually works. And we make as many errors, sometimes maybe more, than anybody out there. Oh, what is that, Stephanie? Oh, but wait, we do have a little survey for you all. And I'm going to bring that survey up. I think I can bring it up over the top of what you have here. Let's just see. All right. Can anybody let me know by just waving your hand if you can see a survey? Okay, I'm glad you can, because I got to relaunch it. There we go. Okay. Now you can see the survey. There are 3 questions. When you click on one, you should be able to then go to the next. If that doesn't work, just move down. So we have 3 questions in total. They're very simple ones, just to let us know who you are and what your experience level is. So are you guys seeing the oh,
No.
I'm seeing people shaking their heads no.
Oh,
So I'm going to stop this. And I'm going to relaunch it. Okay. Are you now seeing it?
yes.
Okay. If you could please fill it out. I think we have about 21 people on today. That there's 3 of us that are the hosts, so we won't be able to do it. But if you can just go through these questions. The very first one is, how familiar are you with Substack? Um, it's absolutely fair to say you've never used it, or you've only subscribed to other people's. And by the way, just to make sure everybody's reading right, I do a lot of misspelling. So I see that we're not publishing, we're publish your own Substack, etc. So we've got 8 people that have answered some questions. Thank you so much. We'll keep doing this for another minute or so.
Maybe that's the French spelling. Publish.
Yeah, those of you who know me, I'm an aboutist. So as long as my brain tells me what it is, we're okay. So there's a second question. Please make sure you go to the second question. Either scroll down or click next. It says, if you publish your own Substack, would you be willing to share your experiences? And the good news is we got 3 people already that said yes. So that is cool. And 3 people said maybe. All right. And then there's a final question that says, if you have attended a recent Substack, we've had 3 of these now. This is our 4th one. We're wondering if you find it helpful, if you find it hard to follow, if you're still trying to figure out what in the heck it is and how to use it, or that last one, it's a doozy. It says, yes, I've attended. Now, Dwayne, D-O-I, my first few weeks of Substack. Well, you all kind of get the idea, right? And I made these errors just to show that that's how we do this. It's a hands-on session. So I'm going to close this in about 10 seconds. I think we've got everybody that's answered. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we are there. So here's the results. How familiar are you with Substack? 3 of the 16 that responded said never use. That's 20%. 70% said I only read or subscribe to other people's Substack. 1 person says I publish my own once in a while. And 1 person out of the 16 said that they publish once a month or more. So that's good. So we got a blend of people who are really just trying to figure out what this is primarily. So that is great. So the second question is, if you publish your Substack, would you be willing to share your experiences? 4 said yes. So for those 4 that said yes, in the chat, would you, in all caps, type the word Substack yes? And then we'll know who those 4 people are. Everybody else, just put your name and where you're from. All right. So we had 4 that said yes, 6 that said no, 4 that said, let's see how the day goes. Maybe I'll raise my hand. Maybe I'll contribute. So the last question, if you've attended a Substack hands-on how-to session, how was it? So 3 said helpful. That's 43%. That's good. 3 out of the 7 that answered this last question. 1 said hard to follow. I get it, because I've been trying to do my first Substack. I finally got signed up last week for myself, and I'm going to actually publish something today, I hope. 3 of you said, yes, I've attended. I'm still learning what it is and how to use it. So I'm in that same category. Unfortunately, I can't vote on this. And then 1 person said, attended. I'm doing my first few weeks of Substack. Well, that's a person we really want to know. So I'm going to end this quiz, share the results a little bit so that you all can see that. Take a look at it. So that was the truly fun portion of the day. Now we got to get to work here. And the goal that we set up when we first started doing these about 3 months ago is we have a little conversation that we hold every morning at 9 o'clock Central Time. It's called Coffee and Conversation. And people from all across the U.S. and actually other countries will join that conversation. We realized that a whole bunch of people were still saying, how do I raise my digital hand on Zoom? I know you sent me links. How do I tap into a link? How do I show it? So we realized that our audience, the people that attend, we call them our tribe, actually, And there's usually 100 or so on every morning. We're leaders in Indivisible, leaders setting up 50, 50, 51 and move on, or on Democratic parties, and they are all having the same problems. Technology is something they're having to learn. Number two, their time was being stretched all different ways. So we thought if we get together and we do these little sessions, maybe we can add an extra hour, maybe 2 hours to people's time. And we were very successful with that with our AI review. We were, I think, successful when we did our Zoom reviews, because a lot of people just had only used Zoom. They didn't know how to do a Zoom. And we had an awful lot of questions when we reviewed Google Docs. And Rebecca, I would say, and Adrian, or Josephine, we've had a lot of questions about Substack. Very elementary. So we're going to do Substack second. We're going to do our update on Discord. And for those of you who don't know what Discord is, I know I didn't ask anything about that. I'm going to let Rebecca kind of go through. So stick with us for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to go to Substack. But I think you're really going to like this. Go ahead, Rebecca. It is all yours.
All right, awesome.
I'm going to make you the host.
Better not make me the host, because I'm going to leave in about in about 20 minutes.
I'm not going to make you host. I'm sticking on.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm going to go stand in front of the that country club in Geneva at about 3 o'clock. The one that's invited, what's his stupid face? Stuart Rhodes, that Oath Keeper guy. I'm gonna go yell at some people at 3 o'clock. So I'm gonna get out of here a little early today. But before I do, I am gonna talk about Discord.
If you want to pick up our 34-foot tall Trump chicken and set it up out there, that would be fine. I should have mentioned that this morning. All right, folks, this is very hands-on. It's very interactive. Although you may be muted, if you have any questions, raise your digital hand or wave your hand frantically. We can see you. We're a small group, and we'll break out at any time and answer your questions. Okay, Rebecca.
All righty. So I'm gonna do the speedy version of Discord. So some of you have probably heard me talk about Discord before, so this would be a review for you. But if you're new, Discord is an app that it's a free app, which is great, that we use for communication. And it's just a great way to keep the conversation going outside of our many Zooms and emails and things like that. It's available for phone, tablet, computer. You don't actually even have to download an app. You can just go to discord.com and sign in there and get a similar experience. But it's basically a message board, and I'll demo what it looks like here in a moment. But my favorite thing about it is that it's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on leap year. And it's, like I said, just a way to keep the conversation going and keep the conversation organized. So we'll talk about it in a second. But here, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to put the link and the instructions for how to get started in the chat. Whoops, I don't think that link worked. So here's the invite link. Okay, there we go. So the way you get started is if you're on a computer, you'll go to discord.com and there will be a button that says download for Windows or download for Mac or download for whatever platform you're on. And then and then you'll be able to install it. If you're on a phone or a tablet, you can go to your app store and download it that way. From there, you would create your account. You would open the app, whether you're on your phone or your laptop or your tablet. You'll open the app and you'll have to register and sign in. It'll ask you for your date of birth, but it's just to make sure that you're over 13, and most of us here are, so no concerns there. And you will have to confirm the email that you sign up with. And the third step is to join our server, and that's what you're going to use the link that I put in the chat for. And so once you've done those 3 steps, you should be ready to go. Just because I'm on a tight timeline today, I'm not going to preview any of those steps or walk you through them. I do want to show you what the app looks like and what we use it for. Okay. So now you're seeing my screen, and you see this little purple button that is the Discord logo. So anytime you kind of see that and it looks like sort of a video game controller with 2 eyes on it, that is the Discord logo. So like I said, Discord is a message board, and ours is private. It's by invite only. So you guys all have the invite in the chat, and you're all invited to join. But the reason that we keep it private is to keep, you know, trolls or bots or whatever out. We just want it to be really focused on our community. So if you guys have people that you trust and you would like to invite them, by all means, copy the instructions and the invite from the chat. Feel free to share that with people you trust. The more the merrier, because this is only as fun or vibrant as we make it. So if nobody's talking or posting anything, then it's going to be pretty boring. But if people are sharing news articles and having debates and planning events together, then it's going to be really exciting and vibrant. So, okay, I think I'm getting ahead of myself. But so once you're signed in, it'll look something like this. And this column on the left with a couple of pictures on it is the servers. So our server is the Statue of Liberty. Sorry about that. Mom, I will call you back. That's my mom calling me. So we click the Statue of Liberty button and we are in. So once you're in our server, you're going to see a list of a bunch of things, and all of these things like welcome and rules, announcements, resources, these are all channels. Channels are, you can think of as conversations on a topic. And some of these topics are a little, you know, there's probably overlap between the topics. So if you put something in the wrong channel, or it could fit in a couple of different places, like no biggie. So there's flexibility there. But we've got a bunch of channels because we're kind of trying to keep things organized. So we have some channels at the top which are more information related. So we have one that talks about all of our rules and our responsibilities as members of this Discord server. We have the announcements channel, which is where I post, I'm a little behind this week because of the holiday, but normally Monday or Tuesday, I post the week's schedule for NWSOFA events. So that's a good place to come to when you're wondering, hey, it's Wednesday, what are we doing today? That's a good reference, and it's got the registration link and things to join. Our resources channel is like, it's a good place to ask questions, hey, I'm looking for, where do I go to, if I'm going to go be a marshal at a protest? Does anybody have a guide to de-escalation training? Or, does anybody have a list of books that I can read on a certain topic? So it's just a great place with lots of resources in there and a good place to ask people if you're looking for something in particular. So we've got a bunch of channels. We've got some news and discussion channels on different topics. We've got channels related to activism, like calls to action is a good one. I put our Geneva protest event in there for anybody that's in the area that wants to join us. But we also have like a boycotts channel. So if you want to join that and find out about boycotts or protest tools, if you are planning an event and you need a press release, you could share that in there or find a template for a press release. And then we've got a whole bunch of channels that are maybe a little less about politics, but more about us as a community. So if you've got a really cute picture of your dog, or you've had some great news this week that you want to share, or if you've got a really great cheesecake recipe, like this is just about making us get to know each other better. And it doesn't always have to be about politics, because we are humans with full lives and we aren't politics 24/7. Though it probably feels like that. So we've got a ton of channels in here, a ton of places where you can have conversations with people. So it's kind of up to you to choose what you want to get into. So the best way to do that, to customize your list here, is up at the top. You've got this Browse Channels button, and you can click that, and it'll bring up the big long list of all of our channels. So yours will probably look a little different because I've got some extra ones that are secret. But you can, anything that you have checked, that you've got the checkbox checked, is going to show up in your list. If you have it unchecked, then it's not going to show up. So I've got a lot of things checked because I've got a lot of interests and I want to know what's going on all over the place. But if you are only interested in a couple of things, no harm done. Just make sure that those couple of things are checked and you're good to go. In terms of how you post things, so I set up this little sandbox channel just as a way to, it's a place where you can kind of play around, no harm done if you're posting things that don't belong anywhere else, or you're just sort of testing out functionality. So if you're trying to figure out how to do something, the sandbox is a good place to come to test. So, but if you're trying to post something, you can, type in this little text box down here, and then you hit enter, and you're going to show up at the bottom here. If you want to share a picture or a PDF or something that you have saved on your phone, you're going to hit the plus button and upload a file. And then it will bring up somewhere. It'll bring up a menu and you can choose from all of your files that you have. And I don't know what this picture is, so maybe I'm not going to post that. Let's see. I'll post this and then I'll take it down in just a moment. Just this will be a test. So you can see that this is now this picture is posted. And if somebody likes it, then they can give me a thumbs up reaction or a smiley face reaction or a heart. If they want to, those are not the only 3 reactions. If you click this little dark face, you can come up with a bunch of different reactions. You could give me a pizza emoji or, you know, a waving hand or a clown or emoji or a poop emoji, you know, whatever you want, however you want to react. So that's kind of the main the main functionality of Discord. Obviously, I could go a lot more into it, but for the sake of time, I think that's where I'm going to leave it, so that there's time for questions. What questions can I answer on Discord? Okay, so Carrie's saying last announcements were the last week of August. Yes, as I mentioned, I am behind because of the holiday this week, and I have to post this week's. So that is on my to-do list, but things are crazy. And then he's asking why can't they be in a Google Calendar or something like that? That's a good suggestion. And you know what Bill always says, if it's a good idea, it might be good for, he likes to say, if you suggest it, then you might be in charge of it. So Carrie, if you have that skill set, feel free to offer that skill set. Elizabeth is saying, I wonder who owns Discord. You know, I'm not totally sure. So Adrian and I were the ones who sort of looked into, mainly Adrian was looking into the various platforms in terms of security and functionality. And no platform is perfect. And Discord is not perfectly secure. So it's not, it's the best platform that we felt like wasn't owned by a billionaire that we knew of. But it had all of the functionality that we were looking for. Let's see. Somebody's saying it's owned by Discord Inc., privately held company. Well,
yeah, I mean, Jason Citron and Standroff, I mean, yes, 2 guys are actually the corporate ownership of this. So fair point.
okay, so I guess they are billionaires if it's being valued at over 15 billion.
You're only a billionaire if you can sell it.
So yes, so I find Discord very, obviously I have invested a great deal of time in getting this all set up and training folks. So I think it's a really great tool, as long as there's a lot of participation. If nobody's participating, then it's a little administrative heavy if because there is a lot of setup work to get it going, and to moderate it. So if you're just looking for something very informal, then a Facebook group or, you know, a Signal chat or something like that might be a better option. But I think because we are such a large group with such a lot of enthusiastic contributors, that Discord is a good fit for us. Jim is asking, how do you find other channels or groups? So channels within our server, you click that browse channels button and you cruise through there and find whichever ones interest you. And then you make sure the checkbox is checked. If you're interested in other groups, like other servers besides NWSOFA, that's when you're going to click this button at the bottom of your server list that says Discover. And that's going to be a matter of, you know, searching and finding them. I only have 2 other servers, one that I'm setting up for my own local Indivisible group, which Deb is a member of, and she didn't know it was happening, so she's getting a sneak peek. And friend of the pod is Pod Save America, and that's a paid Discord server. Ours is free. So I'm not a member of any of the other ones that are just open to anybody. Let's see. Okay. There's a little bit of conversation about some apps and websites are owned by billionaires. Which ones do we want to boycott? Pro-Trump allies. Yeah. I think anybody like Mark Zuckerberg seems to be somebody that doesn't demonstrate a great deal of respect for our data. So I would be hesitant or at least cautious about how we use Facebook. But that's just my 2 cents. Any other questions on Discord that I can? Okay, one question. Do people use their real name or a handle? That's a very smart question. So for myself, my display name is Rebecca H. And my username is Rebecca, like screaming, because I set it up right after the election and I was freaking out. So, yes, you don't have to put in your full, legal government name. And we have members who, use more of an alias or like a nickname than their real legal name. So it's up to you. Obviously, when we're on Zoom together, we're all using a version of our real name. And so that's how you're identifiable. So I have no idea who Forever Blue is. So if that person is posting something, I happen across them in a Zoom meeting, I don't know who they are. So I would say it's a balance between anonymity and being able to kind of form relationships with people in Zoom as well. So it's up to you. Okay, and I think that's my time because I gotta get on the road if I'm gonna get to Geneva and go yell at some Oath Keeper enablers.
Hey, stay safe. Stay
Always.
safe, and you have my number
Yes.
in case we need to bail you out somewhere. Thank you so
Yep.
much, Rebecca.
All right. Thanks.
This Discord has been your baby, and there are other platforms that are similar to Discord. And what I have found is if you have good moderators, it is a very fulfilling app, and it really does great. If people just put it out there and say, go to it, it doesn't work. So thank you so much, Rebecca. And I think Adrian also works on this too. So that is great. All right.
Yep.
So with that, we get to go into a Substack. Oh, did I just see somebody tossing their hand up? Are you waving Merle goodbye, or are you asking a question?
This is what I was waving goodbye.
Oh, okay.
I was waving goodbye to Rebecca. Yeah.
Okay, I just saw a flash. I didn't know. That just makes this better. All right. So, Stephanie, can you kind of give us the short ABCs of subscriber mail and kind of pick up from where we ended at in a few minutes last time?
Absolutely, sure. So what I'm going to cover is Substack, and we're in the early stages of creating a Substack presence. So Bill, our content author, is going to help us with some of that because he does such a great job of walking us through those things. And I realized that I have confusion about terms on Substack. So publication, post, notes, all those I mean, we use different words, and if we don't know what we're looking at, I find myself getting confused. So I think Substack, or everything that I do, is the publication. I think I post articles, or I interact with notes like I might in a quick text exchange. If someone can help with context for that while Bill is getting organized and I'm getting organized, it'd be great to have some contribution from folks who use it.
Well, I use it, but I must admit I also am somewhat confused about some of the terms. I wanted to suggest that I did a search on my search browser for the name of one of the founders, and also the words "why Substack," and there's a lot of different video and interviews that you can come up with just to get some background information about Substack. So I'll just throw that out there. I'm sorry if it doesn't pertain particularly to the words, but
That's okay. I was trying. I mean, because you have experience, I thought perhaps, because I thought publication might be what I wrote, but publication seems to generally be, and I think what I mostly want to have happen is for us not to get ourselves tripped up around words. That similar thing. So if I publish on Substack or I post on Substack, am I saying the same thing? What do you think?
I think you can, well, you can write a post and it stays as a draft until you publish it.
Okay.
So I have a few of those going on. When I first started with Substack, I was challenging myself to write something every week. And I managed to do it for a few weeks, but then I kind of fizzled out. And
Well, it was
so,
one of the
like I
things we
say,
talked about was the commitment associated with doing this. If you want to actually use it as a paid platform, how do you commit to doing those things? Make sure, because it's easy to create an ID. After that, then you have to create content.
right. Yeah, and now I'm coming at it from a little bit different angle, so things are a little different. But as back to the post and the publish, that's my thoughts is
So,
it's not published until you publish it, and then it goes out on the web.
yeah, I was thinking of it in terms of Substack creates a publication infrastructure, and then we
Right.
write articles, which they refer to, it seems to be, as posts, to put into the publication, and then our interactions might be notes. But again, we'll work our way through that. It's probably not the most important thing.
Yeah.
I've started sharing my Substack screen. So I am using the web browser. So I'm using the most vanilla version. There are no tools, no bells, no extra whistles. It is literally Substack in a browser from substack.com. So if we don't have any questions about logging in or signing up for a Substack, I'll carry on, but I'll pause for just a second to make sure everybody who might want to subscribe to the publication platform Substack, not necessarily an individual newsletter. Okay.
So
Go ahead, Laura.
Stephanie, oh, okay.
As soon as I find, sorry, I was trying to unmute. I saw the hand.
Hi, I was just wondering, did Bill say we have a NWSOFA Substack already?
Almost.
Kinda.
Oh,
As
okay,
in, almost, Nora, almost. We're so close to it. That's what we're going to try and accomplish in this session.
thank you.
Excellent. So my toolbar in this version is down the left-hand side. And in terms of searching Substack, there's a search bar. Those are my search history is there. So what I did is I merely clicked in search Substack. And I have picked up a couple of subscribers. So our friend and confidant, Cecilia, does Eastern Illinois Indivisible, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Now, Bill, are you in a position where you can share today, or am I driving while you're talking?
I think I can share.
Okay,
Um,
because we
I-
have the great moment in time. Bill's going to make a post on Substack. Are we all excited?
Well, I am.
am.
And it's no longer just Bill, it's now Wet Bill. I was sitting outside and I got hit by rain, so I am now inside, and that great sweatshirt that I have on is soaked. So is my
Oh,
keyboard. But that's how we do this hands-on how-to. So I am going to share my screen. This is always an interesting thing.
drum roll.
Somebody said it's like going to the closet, right? You never know what you're going to find. So, so I think I am sharing my screen. I will
Well
now
done.
bring up Substack. Can you see my Substack?
I can. I see
You can.
nodding heads. Yep.
Okay. Now, I'm not quite sure. I was messing around with it a little bit, so I'm not quite sure I'm in the right starting place. But this is very cool. I have 4 subscribers. The other day I had 0 1 week ago. And last week we finally got me signed up. I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I did a Substack post, but I didn't. So I'm going to go up to the very top and just look at my name, because that's it's kind of interesting. Um, and it
I think you want to click on the circle, Bill.
the circle, the circle.
You're good.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
listen to me. You know where you're going.
No, I was hitting all the buttons I could, and finally something came up. So I was able to put up the name of the group, NWSOFA Indivisible, from the northwest suburbs of Chicago. But I signed up as Bill Davis. So one of the things that I have to do is change Bill Davis to NWSOFA Indivisible so people can actually find us. Um, and I did a little blurb about who we are. I can fill that in from our website, that we're a progressive indivisible group located in the northwest suburbs. Um, and I thought I had posted in there that we had 9,600 members locally and 21,000 on Zoom across the country. But evidently, you have to save things because it did not show up. Stephanie, do you know where you save stuff? So
You there?
yes.
Sorry, I bumped something. I thought I was going to be out of the meeting. My experience is that saving happens, I don't want to call it auto-magically, but why don't we try a new post and let's see what happens?
Okay. So, okay. This is very cool. I see a thing called dashboard up on the upper right. Is that where I should hit?
Do you not see the button just that says new post? Yeah, you're good. Have you completed, we're looking, I'm looking at whether or not you've completed your setup because it looks like that's what's going on. Is that when you
Oh.
do that, it sends you into finishing your setup, getting subscribers, doing those sorts of things.
So can I interrupt for just a second? Because I learned something new today about the dashboard and my name, and also some third thing that I can't quite remember. But what I learned, because what I've done, I've had a Substack for a while. It's been sort of like my Substack. So it's the place that I was talking about where I posted a few things. But then I got in and I started a new Substack. It's for a group. I'll just leave it at that. And I'm just barely learning. But what I realized is if I go to the dashboard and I click, it shows
You want to
both.
share, do you want to share your screen and show us what you're describing? It might be easier.
Yeah, except I'm not
It's up to
logged.
you. I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I'm not logged in and I'm not really good about.
Okay, never
But
mind.
if it's confusing what I'm saying, so um,
no, what you're saying isn't confusing. I just thought sometimes show and tell can help us.
yeah, exactly. Well, it's just there's so many things on Substack. But what I did notice, and I made notes today. Okay, so on the right-hand side, you have the dashboard. If you click on the dashboard, it'll show which Substacks you have created. But also on the left side, oh, never mind. I'm sorry. Seems like on the left side, it also shows but this only pertains if you have more than one, I suppose. But so the other thing is I'm in the process also of setting mine up. Oh, that was the thing about saving. And so every time I open it up, it keeps saying I've gotten started, but I need to continue. So I work a little bit and then at the very bottom of the page, there's a big bar that says save. So when you set up, you just went past like continue setup. So if you were to go into one of those things that it says that you're, so if you continue setup, I think it brings up the first thing it brings up is the first thing on that list there of what they think you need to set up. And you can skip through them. Sounds like I'm being more confusing to people, but
There are definitely elements for setup that need to be done that were on the dashboard. Does that prevent you from creating your first post, Merle? Your first publication, if you haven't added subscribers and gone through all those steps?
I want to say you can kind of skip some of them, I think.
Yeah, everything except verifying your
Yeah.
email, I think we can probably get through without having to do that. And we can have Bill see if we've got a question from Nora first, and then let's see if we can actually get Bill to put some content up there. What do you think?
Yeah, that might work. Yeah.
All righty.
Oh,
Nora.
so Stephanie, if you're seeing my screen, you can see that I put something in a draft. I thought I actually posted it, but it was a draft. It says the title is quite a little happened this morning on the NWSOFA-Indivisible Coffee and Conversation Zoom. Updates below.
Absolutely. I
So
see it.
so after Nora's question, I'm hoping you guys can all talk me through as to how I can publish that. Oh, and by the way, I have never read a car manual or a lawnmower manual or even my automatic drill manual. So we're just going to kind of
We're winging it, Bill. We got it.
Yeah,
We'll
all right.
wing it. We'll make it work. Don't you
All right.
worry, buddy.
Head to Nora.
Nora,
Yeah,
Share with us.
I read a lot on Substack, but when I log in, I see a lot of posts that are just, links to articles and whatnot. And I always thought it was for writing your own articles.
I would say that it is for many things, one of which is publishing your own content. But the platform has got a variety of different options that would include what you're seeing. Perhaps if you went to your subscriptions or if you subscribe to somebody, you might not be seeing what sounds more like a generic kind of feed, very much like you might see on Google if you just went to Google News, because you're getting kind of a generic feed, I think, Nora, as opposed to a tailored one based on subscriptions. But I don't know. Does that make any
Well,
sense?
yeah, it does. But, when I start off at home, I get all kinds of just links. But then when I clicked, I want to follow politics. So
So you're going to
everybody,
see all the content that is associated with that tag.
yeah, and I follow a lot of people, a lot of podcasters because they write some good articles. But if people are going to just put, links in there to different things, then we'll have to look on Discord and Substack to know what people are saying.
Everybody has got their own style of publishing. Some people like links, some people write content, some people do both. I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, and Bill can sort us out here in terms of the truth of this, that we might publish Coffee and Conversation, which will include both content and links, or some other sort of content up here. And it may be redundant, but it would not, it would overlap. I think it would be a choice, one go one way or the other. But again, those are editorial decisions. So Bill, you want to come back and talk to us about editorial content? Where's
Just
Constance when we
one
need
other
editorial?
one other really quick question is, I have 4 followers, but I didn't publish anything. How did
I
that
think
happen, and how do I
I
know who
think
they are?
Yeah, I think everyone seems to get 4 followers out of the gate. I'm not sure. Bill has
Oh,
4 and he never did anything.
okay,
And I think I
Five.
have 4 and I've never done anything. So I
okay,
can get you some more information about that, but I wouldn't be concerned.
I have five.
All righty.
I just got one more.
woohoo,
Yes.
nice.
There
Yes.
you go.
Oh, okay. So the draft that I made, it was pretty simple. I uh, I thought I was going to do a post. So I
Yeah, and so can you see your screen, Bill?
I can. Can you?
Um, yeah, I can see because I wanted to mention it says you have drafts 4. So you have 4 drafts. So, and I did see the one about quite a little happened. So
Okay.
if you just click on that one, I think.
Okay. So so this is actually yesterday. Uh, we had a coffee and conversation like we have every morning, Monday through Friday at 9, 10 for those of you in the Eastern time zone. And we do a recap. And so this is the recap of it. And I got to tell you, I literally copied that off of my notes application, and copied and pasted it, and it came up really nice. Now, when I prepare this, I prepare it for Mobilize. So I prepare it as in a format called Markdown. And so it seemed to come up very nicely. It's just a copy and paste. These are the different events that are going on. These are the rallies that are going on. These are some of the videos. And then the conversation that we had, we break down the chat discussion through the transcripts, and we we key down who the key people are and what they're talking about. And since yesterday had 3 pieces to it, we did 3 separate groups of it. There was a pre-meeting, there was a meeting, and then there was an after hours. So each one of them had a little different twist to it. So we we do the summaries of these. And this is the transcript of the part 3. And then at the very end, we capture everybody's links that they post in chat. And I think there's like 35 or 40. Let me just go down to the bottom. We had 36. And so when I use AI to summarize these transcripts, I ask it to number them and I ask them to categorize them. So there's an activist, an advocacy efforts, and you can see, and I also ask it to give us a short summary. So this is what I brought together. An interesting thing happened. And what I normally send out, I don't get any images. But in this case, I got an image of Speaker Johnson addressing, and another person that was from YouTube, which I thought was really neat. And then we got a Netflix one that somebody had put up there. So evidently, I not only by putting those links in there, it picks up the chats. And then, of course, we have a bunch of regular ones. So this is, I think this is exactly what I'd like to send to somebody.
Yep. Top right-hand corner, you see publish,
Oh, wait, I got to move my Zoom link.
continue, preview.
I see thing that says preview.
How about continue?
I see a continue.
Go for it, Bill.
And I notice that's in orange. Orange must be the key thing that you'd be looking for on this stuff. So
Orange is go.
okay, so I clicked on it.
Okay, now you got to answer these questions before you can go to the bottom and say send. Okay, so top for publish, answer questions, bottom to finish.
Oh,
Those are effectively your save buttons.
Wait. What are you? Mine says
Okay.
audience, everyone.
Right.
And then
She's
says,
just saying you have to decide whether you want to send it to everyone or if you want to turn on paid subscribers.
oh, I'm fine with everyone. I assume that I can go back and change these things, right?
In this case,
Well-
I am not sure that the email that you send, because when you're sending, Merle, I mean, I believe at that moment you're sending. So
Yeah, I
will-
think so. Like, well, right now, it's probably fine for everyone in the audience. The next one is whether you want to have comments on it, because everyone can comment.
Let me ask you a question, Merle. When somebody comments on a published thing here, does everybody get a chance to see that comment? Is it like Facebook where?
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so.
It is
Because
an
the audience is
interactive.
everyone.
Okay, so if I click on no one disable comments,
Good
well,
choice. That way you don't have to contend with them and moderate them, Bill. No comments.
okay,
At least for now.
and do I get this for everyone that I do?
It is an
I think
individual
so.
published
Okay.
setting, yes.
So I can mix and match. All right, so I'm going to say no one, and add tags. Oh, that's interesting. Add tags.
NWSOFA, baby. Or whatever it is that we
Or
want to
daily
tag.
recap or something like that.
Do I make them up or do they come down? I don't
You
see
make them
anything.
up.
I think you
Oh.
make them up and you separate them with what, a comma, I think.
I think you
or
want to use a
space.
hashtag, yeah?
I don't know.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
For those of you in the crowd, is anybody getting anything out of? Let's just see some sort of.
Oh, here. Okay.
There you go.
Or you don't have to add a tag if you don't want to.
You can, it's not required.
Interesting.
Bill, just type pound NWSOFA and let's roll.
Yeah.
We'll come back and we'll figure out how to tweak this bad boy for you. What are you evaluating? You look like you're thinking very seriously.
Yeah, I wanted to paste a bunch in, but I couldn't. So
You wouldn't
I
want to do that in a tag, Bill. A tag is sort of like, hashtag Taco Tuesday, if that is what it were
Well,
about.
okay.
Or
Okay.
not. Go ahead, please, Merle.
no, I was thinking that a tag is more like for people to find. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but that's like a hashtag, I suppose, but sort of a way of organizing. So,
Okay. Cool.
Like you could put coffee and conversation in here if you wanted to distinguish this from other things you might post.
right.
So it looks like we're kind of there. It says delivery, send via email and Substack app.
Or
Where do they get the email?
your subscribers.
Oh,
So in other words, the people,
five
yeah,
folks.
this is all the 5 folks. This is only impacting the 5 folks who have subscribed to you, Bill. This is not going anywhere else.
Okay. Now I see on the lower right, another orange thing has popped up. It says send to everybody that you've ever known or want to know. So
Yeah, no,
I
I don't
am
think so.
I'm going to
You're such
click.
a goofball.
I am going to click on that. Okay, guys. Oh, wait a
Okay, hang
second.
on.
It says add subscriber button to your post. Add
Somebody who must have,
subscribe button. Oh, yeah, I want to do that, right?
yeah, so when someone sees it, they can then subscribe to the link. Yes.
And do I have power over that? In other words, if Joe Dokes, um, MAGA person subscribes, can I say no? You're out of here.
You can get rid of
Uh,
somebody eventually. I shouldn't say eventually. Go ahead, Merle. I apologize.
Well, that makes me think of, because I'm considering a group of people. And so back in the beginning, when you're setting it up, I realized that in the settings, I set my group to be a private group where I had control over approving someone who was going to subscribe. I wasn't going to add them as a subscriber until I okayed it. So I don't know whether that's something that Bill might want to do because of
I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with that, so perhaps you can walk him through it.
well, it was back. So okay. So it's back on that page where you're on the just setting up. So you would use so this will stay as a draft now.
Oh, didn't I
And
send it out?
I'm not sure. Did you send it to everyone you knew?
I think so. I hit the orange button. And it looks like it's now, I'm looking at what went out because I see I could type my email and subscribe to myself. It says, thanks for reading. Oh, you know what? There's another orange button at the top. It says continue.
Sorry, my internet dropped out, I guess.
Oh, now I see it says send to everyone now. And it's in orange, so I punched that. Oh, so I got something else. It says stats are better in the app. Okay, I'll look at that later. So, it looks very professional.
Of course it does.
So I don't know why these are 2. So I don't know if it sent anything more than the 5 people that had signed up for this.
I'm subscribed, Bill, and I just received it.
Oh,
Thank you, Jim.
Yay.
great. Well, I got to tell you guys, this is monumental. This is this is the whole 9 yards right here, because it looks like I did my first one, and it really looks kind of neat.
Great.
Oh, I can share as a video. Interesting enough. I'm not going to play with that now.
That-
Oh, and I can share my link, copy this link and share it to everywhere.
That's if you have, put in your, when you set up your, whether you have put like social media groups and things. It
Okay,
would.
well, we have all of these. I'll set that up at a later time. Maybe that'll be for next week.
So if you want to know what I was, I'm trying to
Okay.
put on Substack on my phone, which is a little bit precarious for me, but yeah, there is. Well, since you just have the one Substack, I think on the left there, you might have something called settings on your left column.
I saw, yes, I see it on the left column. I'm punching it, but it wasn't in orange. Okay.
Okay, and then let's see, I can't remember exactly where it is. Basics, categories. Maybe you have to scroll down. But there was a place somewhere where I found that was like a, oh, maybe it was allow, was there something that said allow subscribers?
There's something that says set up subscriber referrals.
Right
Yeah,
below.
no, something a little bit above that that said, I'm sorry.
Allow subscribe prompts right below what you just said, Bill.
Allow readers to pledge subscriptions.
Allow subscribe prompts on post page.
Yeah, I think that would refer to the button. Oh, allow readers to pledge. Okay, never. Sorry, that's.
So you think maybe we're getting into like 201 techniques at this point, and we should schedule this for next week where we can go back and look at all of the settings?
Well,
Well, I
yeah.
would. Yeah, that could be too, but I would also advise you to look around in the settings and find where it says that you can maybe change it to a private type group, so that
Okay.
I'm
if
happy to
you,
help you with that, Bill.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I have on the upper right-hand thing, there is a bell that's got a little orange thing that says two. So I'm going to check because it seems that I'm supposed to be following these little orange buttons. And it says go blue, subscribe to Bill Davis. Oh, I'm a Democrat, independent in Michigan. And then I got go blue and John Conroy liked your note, progressive activism. And then I have Stephanie Viewer and Regina Funk subscribe. Oh, 7 days ago, last week. Okay, so all right, so this is the little thing that lets me know what's happening.
Yeah, that's usually messages. A little bell is usually messages.
Oh, okay. And let me just see what go blue. Okay,
That's
subscribe to
me.
me. Okay.
That's
Oh,
me.
that's you. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Yep, you're welcome.
And there is probably a way for me to subscribe to you automatically. Accept
Fine.
messages from, okay, I see, I can accept and follow. Okay, perfect. Nice. All
Cool.
right. Well,
I haven't written anything yet, so.
all
But
right. Yeah, so this is pretty amazing to me. A few weeks ago, all I knew about Substack is people were saying, you guys got to have one. And so this became a learning experience and a training experience. But I am so pleased that I've actually done something because I prepare these updates every day, and this just gives me another opportunity to send them out. And I have to figure out now how to add. Maybe next week we can figure out how to add our database on this or a portion of our database. Interesting. So we have our database, and we have a database on Mobilize, which are different databases. And
We got some
then,
data work to do, Bill.
yeah, and then they have their database on here. So, okay, very good. Stephanie, this has been great. I'm going to stop sharing.
Okay.
And then we can kind of conclude the meeting, I think.
Yeah, Nora's had her hand up.
Oh, okay, Nora.
Really quick, I want to make sure I'm subscribed to our group, NWSOFA. So, is that the name? Is it just NWSOFA, or is there more after it?
Most of them, if you go up on our website, it just says nwsofa.org. If you are looking for us on Facebook, you'll see the name NWSOFA-Indivisible.
No, I mean just for Substack, because I want to read
Oh,
your recaps because it seems like they're more in depth.
it's a great read, particularly if you don't need sleep. So let me go. I think right now, even though the logo says NWSOFA Indivisible, I originally signed up as Bill Davis. I'm pretty sure I have to change that to something else. Stephanie, how did you find me?
I looked at all the Bill Davises in the world, and went and figured out which one was probably you based on the content that you had created. I think what the best thing for us to do is start putting the Substack link, if you want to call it that, into the Coffee and Conversation chats. We'll start distributing it. We can put it into this chat, so you can invite folks to your Substack, I think, from this chat. And if we are using Substack or on the same device, we'd be able to find you. Anybody who's done that could add that link.
Is there a way, even though I've signed out, is there a way for me to drop that link? Let me sign back in. Oh, huh. I'm evidently not signed out. Okay, so somewhere I can probably just click on a link and put it there. Oh, I just got a new Substack subscriber. Um, Copy URL. Would that be it?
There you go. I would give it a shot, Bill. Sounds really good, promising.
And the link is copied, and I'm going to go over to the Zoom, and I'm going to open the chat, and I'm
Drum
going
roll,
to mess.
drum roll, drum roll.
And so this is Bill Davis, NWSOFA, Indivisibles, Substack URL. Like a little arrow. Paste. Okay.
All right, I'm clicking through. Let's see what happens.
Well, isn't this, when we named this place, we didn't know what we were going to name this sessions. And then people were saying, well, we're going to be showing people how to do things, but we don't actually know ourselves. We're going to be kind of fumbling through this. So we had a choice between how to hands-on or fumbling around. I'm glad we named it. And okay, now.
So now we know that Bill Davis is Go Blue, or did you send us Go Blue's link, Bill?
Well, that's interesting. I don't know.
Well, that is where I went to when I selected the link. Anybody else? Elizabeth
Yeah,
Shepherd is dying to talk to us.
I'm Go Blue, and I followed Bill, and then he refollowed me, and this is a message saying that he followed me. He just did that. So
I clicked on his view profile of Go Blue, and I saw a thing for Bill Davis, so I followed Bill Davis.
Okay. And where do you find that that profile here? Let's see. I see up in the upper left-hand side, Stephanie, there's an orange thing that looks like a house.
Yes.
Uh,
That is the kind of well, that's the left-hand side. The right-hand side, if you'll notice next to my start writing, which is
Yeah.
gray at the moment, this is the profile for this installation. So I named it My CC's Discussions and Stephanie's Viewer. That's who I am logged in as.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you are not looking at that link now. Okay.
No, no, no. I am looking at, because we were talking about where you find profiles and information. So I
Yes.
navigated there. I
Gotcha.
selected that,
Okay.
and then I selected my name, and this is what we have. If I want to edit my profile, parts of it. So profiles have a lot of different names or meanings. So I write stacks. That'll let you put in a new, yep, that'll give you a new icon. And I am done, and I made no changes. But if you want to find your own profile, right-hand corner generally, either if you haven't changed a picture, your picture looks like this, and this is what you end up with. And we always know 3 dots give us lots of things. So Bill, in Watch One, Do One, Teach One, go to the link for your server. Unless I'm wrong, everybody please step up, is right there for copy link, as
Okay.
in share or
I
share.
unmuted. Someone asked me to unmute.
Wait, you have things to offer, so please. Do you have something I wanted to get your attention
Yes,
if
Bill, I have sent you a few messages, and in the chat, there's also some messages. What is happening is you have your name, Bill Davis, just like the person was showing us, Stephanie. You have 2 names. You have the Bill Davis, and then you've got your Substack name, which right now is PROGESSIVE1, which someone else has the name Progressive One with the R. So if you change your name to Progressive One, you'll have somebody else's. You can't have the same name. So you might want to change that.
Okay. Okay. Good.
thank you, that was helpful.
Okay, off I go.
So names versus handles. It's probably a really good time to discuss those. Am I on point, Elizabeth? Name versus handle?
Unmuting, yes.
Yes.
I
Okay.
just called them 2 names. I shouldn't have said that, but yes, your at My CC Discussions is your actual Substack name, but it's
Right.
called a handle. So I'll let you have it back.
No, it's perfect. Thank you very much. That was very clarifying. So in this
Okay.
case, go ahead, Bill. We're going on forever. You gonna wrap us up?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm now lost in Substack. All right. So just to everybody who still remains on, and we still have 18 folks on here, which is great. I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I did. But I doubt it, because I know sometimes it's hard to follow when somebody else is moving around a screen, pressing random buttons. But I got to tell you that I'm very happy the fact that I didn't blow up anything. So this is something I can work with, and it evidently will allow me to make mistakes and then recover. I will promise that by next week, I will have cleaned up the name. It'll say NWSOFA-Indivisible, and it will have more information about who we are, etc. And by next week, we should see 5 more of these updates. And we'll see if we grow anywhere from the 5 that are now following me, etc. And I'll get a chance to read the messages and respond to them. Oh boy, more emails to respond to. Do you
Just say,
know
Bill, you are going to be getting up before you go to bed.
that happened last night? So Stephanie, do you know for every response on subscriber mail, does it automatically send an email to my email?
I don't know, Bill. I would have to, somebody who has subscribers. I've not done that level of detail, but I'll find out for you.
Merle, do you know the answer to that? Or Elizabeth?
I think you'll get a notification. So your little bell on the
Okay.
left side will give you lots of notifications when someone subscribes, when they
Okay.
start
All
a
right.
chat, when they whatever. There's all sorts of anyway.
Yeah. So we have formally exceeded our time here, but we are on a roll. I mean, 3 weeks ago, 4 meetings ago, I didn't know what Substack was. Now I are one. So this is really cool. And next week, hopefully, we'll all be Substacking around, or the majority of us, following each other and figuring out how to, for our area, for our community that we belong to, whether it's another indivisible chapter, a 5051, a Move On, or a local Democratic group, how to bring the power of getting your message out. And right to me right now, finding the way to get our message out to not just 21,000 people, but to 30, to 40, to whatever thousand that we can impact with this content would be amazing. And so I've got 5. Let's see if I can have 20 or 25 by next week. So thank you all for putting up with this today. This was definitely hands-on and how to, or maybe not how to, but we got there, and that is a great thing. Our goal, once again stated, is to find ways in technology, today's technology, to make your lives easier, to allow you to communicate better, and to save time. And if I can just do these updates, go over to Substack, copy and paste, and send, I do 2 things. I'm going to reach more people, and I'll get to sleep. How did you say that, Stephanie? Before I wake up. Okay, that's good. All right. So everyone, thank you so much for putting up with us. I'm going to check one more time for any messages. Oh, Nora's got her hand up. Nora, go ahead. Or maybe Nora just didn't take her hand down.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, she
sorry. I
said
didn't
some.
think- No, I'm
Please
okay.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Oh, lower hand. Okay, sorry.
Okay. All right, everybody. Have a great day. I'm going to go back out into the rain because it looks like it's cleared up.
Oh no, Mr. Boo, no.
Yeah, wet bill we call. All right. Thank you all once again. This has been great for me. I hope it